No, listening, if you're under 18, this is not for children, okay? I'm tired of not being able to walk past preschools. Hashtag sex offender by accident. Don't poop in a sandbox. No, listening, if you're under 18, thank you.
Niños, escuchen estas palabras mientras que salen de mis labios agrietos. El siguiente programa, aunque esto sea muy divertido para toda la gente, no es para los niños. Como un burro que busca agua fría, un balde, y eso le va a dar toda la satisfacción que necesita, esta agua no es para ustedes. Por favor, vayan donde sus padres. Ayúdelos a limpiar los baños. No vayan a escuchar esto. Es muy importante. Que Dios nos bendiga a los Estados Unidos. Gracias.
Brian McCarthy interview show. Adam is now drinking his Coke. Disco. Listen to that beat. Breaking it down in Uptown. Take your hand and touch it. Touch it. Now rub it. Brian McCarthy interview show. Listen to that beat. Touch it. Now rub it. I wish I could still drink.
Oh, it's a very rare Wednesday show. There'll be a couple of these coming up in the future. I know we talk about trying to keep the shows evergreen. But Hump Day, get over here. Welcome to the show. My name is Brian McCarthy. Sitting to my left, but you're right if you're watching, is Adam Heinecker. Mm-hmm. The Heinecker boys live right down the block. Make
Those
sure
rascals.
Yep, they'll clean your drains in is less than anybody who
Steal
can actually
your raspberries
and your heart.
Yeah.
And it's called the Brian McCarthy Interview Show. So if you're listening, it's a podcast, and thank you and welcome. And if you're watching, obviously, it's YouTube or Facebook, and I'll get it right out of the way. Just hit the stupid like thing and leave a dumb comment if you can, and subscribe, and that would be great. If you want to be a member, that's really great. But
wow,
I'm not gonna.
Could you imagine?
I can't. I know Ovio he's dying of loneliness over there. Let's get over there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do become a member, then what you do is you get access to, we do this show, and then we do another kind of a private hour-ish show.
You do a gold show.
We do a gold show. It's behind the beaded curtain, and we do that show over there. And that's usually really
like
dirty.
Cam girls.
And that's where we exactly. We're like OnlyFans, where you go over there. Join my site, $15 a month. But if you want to watch me poop, it's $80 per video. So anyway, welcome. For all of the regular
$10
reasons.
per plop.
Yeah, did you ever join an OnlyFans and we really get into the a la carte menu?
One time,
okay, go ahead.
I got sucked in through Instagram.
All right, that's how they do it.
And I signed up for a thing that was I did junior, like OnlyFans junior.
It economy, but not extra leg room.
Yeah, it was the only tier there was it was $7.
Okay,
I can swing that.
Yeah,
I make a good living.
Yeah, you do pretty well.
And
you're having a good 2025.
And then I get on there, and it's I didn't even see a single nipple.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah. And then everything was itemized outside that. And I'm like, I'm not doing that.
And I know this girl, she has 7 nipples too. So you think she'd just break one out, just one of those back nipples, just
exactly
one of those dangly nipples in her armpit.
Throwaway.
Yeah.
Auxiliary nipple.
Just to get me going.
You don't have to show me either the two mains.
Not the money makers.
No.
Yeah, it's funny because I how much everyone knows how much I love my escort ads, just, all over the country. I like to look and see. I like to go on.
Oh, that's interesting. You kind of see what's happening regionally.
I'll go
what
on.
What are the trends?
Well,
what's trending in Cleveland?
That's actually,
they still do the steamer.
It's now there's a little too on the nose.
Okay.
They're we're much more than just shitting on each other's chests.
More they call it a Cuyahoga steamer.
Yeah, exactly. Right? They call it the flats. Yeah, the flats is when you just piss on somebody's head or something. I don't know, but no. Okay, for example, so what I'm referencing directly is Tryst, Tryst.
Sure, I'm familiar.
Yeah, and so what you do is you go on there, and then you enter any city you can think of, and presumably if there are providers in that city, then they will, they'll be there. And so, for example, I like to see I don't know. For example, not too long ago, I know a week and a half ago or something, I was like, what's going on in
not too long ago, just before you got here.
Yeah, not too long ago, my dick is still dripping. Now, Wichita, Kansas.
Oh wow, so you really get.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
I
get
get
the
like
nooks and crannies.
oh, 100%. Yeah, Morgantown.
Do you just West Virginia? I've actually
Yeah.
been there before.
No, it's lovely.
Went to a wedding in Morgantown.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Were they cousins? Because it's West Virginia.
Think second
Okay.
cousin.
Ah,
so
it's-
not really.
No, they're West Virginia strangers. Then they don't even live.
Worse. They were actors.
Oh God, they don't even live in the same holler. No, yeah. So you can go on, and I'll tell you some. I will say this: I know New York. You know, everyone's New York is a big city. It's the best city in the world. Blah 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 blah. You've got the old 9/11, etc. You know, but yeah, I should work for the tourism board. But like New York, really, we absolutely lead the nation in like escorts and massage providers. Like, I mean, it's pretty hilarious.
Okay.
You go on. And then what you do is when you go on Tryst, they have filters. So, for example, you can go on there and you can pick your ethnicity, you know, white, and because Tryst is out of San Francisco, and like the front of their webpage is somebody in a wheelchair. It's very sort
Is
of.
it really?
Oh yeah.
somebody-
Yes. Yes.
Disabled person on the.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it's not like a girl. It's not like a hooker provider in a wheelchair. It's like some guy. So like part of the idea behind it is to be all inclusive. So they have like somebody in a wheelchair, and they have like, I don't know. It's just a little like weird cartoon graphic on the front of the webpage, and it's kind of like telling you like all people are welcome here. You know, we're providing this.
And you wondered, is that a stock image that they put, or did they have to actually do like a shoot? I wonder for that.
Or
They
they-
got a local
like
handicapped person.
Craig, and you think they did it in trade? He's like, can someone just sit on my face for 5 minutes and then you can use my. But again, it's not an image. It's like anyway, it's part of the.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's like part of like their little like graphic design.
I'm gonna
On
look.
look
I
at it.
can't picture this, so I got.
TRYST.
I'm sure it'll come up in your.
dot link. Oh, you're on my phone. Oh,
Yeah, I'm on your phone because we're using
Oh,
mine.
I try to go incognito, even
Oh,
though
okay.
even though I don't really think that's even a real thing. I think incognito is just not. I think it's hilarious. It's like you use Google and the little icon it looks like a burglar mask from the 1930s.
yeah.
You're like,
Makes me feel real.
like if I go in incognito and I type in like I want to, rape the president's wife, like I
Sure.
can't imagine that wouldn't come up in some sort of like if I ended up, getting to somewhere like that.
right.
They could say, Your Honor, look, he was on incognito. I'd be sitting in the theater. I'd be sitting there in the courthouse going,
He
wait, I
was
used incognito.
incognito.
I'm whispering to my lawyer, I used incognito. Yeah. Sir, he searched dirty bomb, blow up schools, all children must die.
Oh, Jesus.
Incognito. Oh, damn it. We can't use any of this in court because he used incognito.
Yeah, they might have to throw it out.
All right. So you want
Yeah,
Tryst?
so I'm looking. So it's like clip art almost. It's like
Yes.
like a cute little illustration.
Yep.
I
Yep.
like it.
Yeah, so anyway, so you go on to Tryst and you
Alright.
type in like any city, you can even type in many.
great.
Oh yeah. You type, and then if you look at more filters there, you type in more filters. What I like to do is I like to do in more filters, and then you pick like BDSM, which is bondage and sadomasochism, as we all know. And then you can also put body type pregnant. And then you're like,
Holy shit.
oh yeah, it's right there. You can
Athletic, some extra pounds pregnant.
Yep.
That's in
That's in there. It's like
Wow.
I could probably know them by heart. It's like toned, average, petite, slim, curvy,
Sure.
muscular, and pregnant. So then I'm always like, I wonder what kind of if there's any bondage women that are like 8 months pregnant.
Oh,
who
you
are,
forgot BBW.
oh, stuff.
Did you say petite?
I did.
Toned?
I did say toned. yeah.
Curvy, average.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I forgot BBW because I always forget that in life also. Sorry.
You're right.
That's not one that doesn't really register. I like muscular. I like
Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't like them too muscular.
Sure.
And like if you're looking for, by the way, welcome to the show,
as long
everybody.
as they have a cock.
Yeah, nice big fat cock. That's what I'm worried. That's what I call muscular. It sounds less gay.
Yeah.
You look-
Veiny.
I'm not
throbbing.
gay. I just like muscular women with big dicks and hairy chests
Mhm.
and interesting facial hair.
Listen, if you're on Tryst, you could make that justification. They go, yeah, no, we don't judge.
Nope.
No,
I
he's
don't-
not gay.
I don't think
He's pan.
Tryst isn't. There's no guys on Tryst. At least I don't think there are.
Gay guy, like gay guys?
I'm saying
Wow.
like I don't think the providers. I don't think Tryst is.
No male providers?
I like
All
look.
right, well,
See if that's a thing. I know they have like trans there.
okay.
a-
Gender. Wait,
allegedly.
okay, so we're going local.
Yeah.
It's
That'd be funny
male.
If it comes up and I'm
there's female, male,
Oh.
non-binary. Let's see.
okay,
What do we want? Muscular. Let's go with a
Yes.
muscular man.
muscular man. Oh, okay. That's not.
Muscle man.
that's not-
Ooh.
That's not.
Oh
a-
yeah, there's
okay.
plenty of fellas
All
on
right,
there.
all right. Well, I like muscular. I mean, I don't like muscular women, but if I would look it up, I would. There's some really muscular.
I'm gonna look for muscular women. real
Do it.
quick,
Check it out.
Just to
Escorts.
I
I mean,
mean,
some of them-
myself out.
Yeah, I will say that.
I'm gonna go muscular. Should I
Go
go
ahead.
muscular and hairy?
No,
No, let's not.
yeah,
Let's take this seriously.
Don't ruin my algorithm on
All
Tris.
right.
Okay, let's try to. It's already going to bring up any gay stuff moving forward. It's because Adam was on my phone looking up gay stuff. It
Sure.
wasn't because of
Listen,
me.
I will. They can. We could show them the tape.
Yeah, let's bring this back.
See if
Don't
there's
use
any
incognito.
muscle.
Take it off incognito. Rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, these ladies don't look very muscular. Great shape.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're-
they're in good shape. There's maybe one that's a little bit
Yeah, they're
muscular. Escort, Domina.
dominant.
Oh, that's Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh yeah, you got to put in like a city on top.
Yeah, I put in local. but
unless you're
but
willing to.
They just threw me one random chick from Nashville.
Imagine you're some eccentric billionaire and you're like, I travel the world looking for muscular women. Like, what do you do on the
God.
weekend? I travel the continental United States
Yikes.
in my Gulf Stream looking for muscular women.
Mhm.
I'm fascinated by like the escort rates because sometimes it goes from, and by the way, there's a reason why all this came up. It all goes back to OnlyFans, but like some of these escorts they'll start at like 30 minutes and they'll put like in the parentheses, like just for a quick visit. And it'll be like, I don't know, $300 or something. But
Mhm.
then at the bottom of that, it'll be like a week long around the world,
Right.
14,000.
Rendezvous.
Yeah. $14,000 or something. You're like, I don't know. Like the minute I don't know if I'd want to like have an escort. I don't know. Maybe, and they always say in their like their bios, it's like, I'm a woman of passionate and discriminating taste and
Sure.
blah blah blah. You're like,
Yeah.
all right, I guess. Like, okay, are we gonna lay in bed and you're gonna like run your fingers through my hair and we're gonna talk about like Play-Doh and yes. I know I love wine, travel, and new experiences. But one of those experiences better be licking
Yeah,
my
getting
butthole.
plowed.
Yeah,
Yes.
like
tossing my salad.
yeah, that's the experience I'm
At
interested
the budget in. I think I told you that I briefly dated a girl that did like BDSM work, right?
Yes, you did. Oh, by the way, we should say, Nick, thank you for not having a shirt on. We wanted to say that. Right?
Yeah, Nick said that he's going to be watching
Nick's-
shirtless.
Nick's our buddy who does the
What a
clips.
great show to do that.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
this is been
Right.
titillating.
Pull out those
so far,
pepperoni nips
thus
and
far.
get to tugging.
Mhm.
So you dated a girl who did bondage?
Who did like all the sort of, and I think she was. She
ahead.
did say that she was just a regular escort too in the
I mean, come on.
past life or
Yeah.
whatever, in her 20s or something.
Uh-huh.
She was probably she was in her late 20s at the time, but I remember the funny, she told me a funny anecdote about she was like at a really nice restaurant in Midtown Manhattan with this like CEO or something, like some
Right.
wealthy distinguished gentleman, and he wanted her to go. I think they had like a bottle of white wine,
Okay.
and so he wanted her to sneak the cup into the bathroom and pee in it,
Okay.
and then it would just look like it was
And then he-
Chardonnay or whatever, and then
Oh.
she would sit across from him while he drank her piss.
Oh man, yuck.
And weirdly enough, that wasn't the deal breaker with her. Like it was just her personality. She was just fucking shocker. She was a little weird.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, listen, people can be into whatever they like. And you have to wonder if you're drinking somebody's urine, is it better to drink it hot or cold? Like, you know what I mean?
I think it's you get it right off of the tap. So
But I think it probably gets cold pretty quickly. I'm wondering, like, if somebody said to me, you have to drink, I don't know, let's just say a half a cup of urine. I wonder if it's better just to like get it down.
Mm.
And is it am I debasing my? Okay, here's the question: am I debasing myself, like looking at this, like I'm a CEO and I make millions of dollars, but this little bitch is gonna make me drink her piss, and I'm gonna drink it because I'm a dirty little piggy boy.
And I'm sure that it was interracial too. So I'm assuming he was a white guy. I don't know if he was I pictured him being a white guy.
I'm sure. I'm sure he's a white guy. I mean,
I feel like that's a component of it.
Yeah, I'm not
like
saying
some kind of really elaborate.
Yeah. He's like
cuckold situation.
He's like 12. You got 12 years of piss in you. But anyway,
talk about the help. Am I right?
Or yeah, exactly. You're one of the house one. But I wonder, or do you like look at it and you drink it kind of quickly, or is he like, does he actually like it? Like he's like,
I think he really savored it.
I'm getting notes.
Yeah.
I'm getting
because I think it's naughty. Like I think it's like, I know. Isn't that just isn't it just make you so like grateful to just be vanilla?
Yeah. Here's a question for you. Would you rather drink a cup, like a measured cup of urine, or half a teaspoon of poop?
Wait, how much urine?
Like
a cup, 8 ounces. Oh yeah, I would take urine for sure.
Okay, but half a teaspoon is not that much poop.
I know. I'm tasting that all. I'm never gonna forget that.
Yeah.
Urine, like people do that on, when they're stranded on a desert island or whatever.
I guess. Yeah. Yes, they do.
Can you hydrate by drinking your own urine?
That's an excellent question. I don't know. Let's throw that to the hey listeners.
The peanut gallery.
Hey Ovio. I don't know. But I will say this, and I know I'm not trying to. I know I tell a lot of the same stories, so forgive me. But like when I lived in the attic of that house when I was a kid in Baltimore, I used to keep jars of urine in my room because I didn't want to go downstairs and walk through my mother's room with my stepfather to use the bathroom.
Did they have an ensuite? Is it like a situation where you had to, or you just had to go through their room?
Yeah, it's. I mean, there was at a certain point they were in a bedroom to the left, and then when I moved upstairs, they moved in the bedroom to the right. So anyway, but at some point, the way the house
picture it.
Yes, the way the house was designed, it was you had to go whatever it was. You were either going to walk through a room where people were sleeping to go to a bathroom, or you were going to make noise and maybe wake somebody up. So one way or another, you didn't. I'd rather pee in a jar.
Right. But what about outside? Did you ever consider just doing that?
I was on the 3rd floor. So
that's a lot of stairs. But what about out a window?
Well, that's what I would do. What I would do is I had a mason jar. I got to be a couple of them, and I would urinate in the mason jar.
Yeah.
And then I would pour the urine out of the mason jar onto like the shingles out by my window, like right there. And it became fun for me to really fill up the mason jar. It became like a little game. I'd be like, I wonder. But here's the thing, folks, about storing urine is that it gets super funky on top. Like mold will grow.
It's cloudy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're even past that. You're to where
it became a real petri dish.
Yikes.
Like I guarantee if somebody came
Howard Hughes up in the fucking
if somebody came into my room when I was, let's just say 14, they would have definitely thought like I was going to be a serial killer because I just had jars of urine, like moldy urine. And I remember the wood by my window, like right where the head of my bed was, the wood had all gotten eaten away and corroded.
Yeah,
by the
acidic,
acidity of my moldy urine. But but my point is like that stuff was really, I mean, you see how much like not chemicals, but like how much bacteria is in urine when it sits there for like a day and it starts to like separate, like clotted cream, but not. So anyway, hey everybody, welcome to the show. My name is Brian McCarthy. Sitting to my right is Adam Hineker. It's called Urine Talk on our Wednesday show, and you're in trouble if you're not having a good time. Okay, great. Here we go. First caller. So anyway. So Tryst, what I was looking at, the reason why I mentioned Tryst is I've been interested. Now they will have all their contact information on the bottom, and it's usually like WhatsApp and then a phone number and whatever. But then they'll also say, check me out on OnlyFans. So now,
that's nice to kind of see the merchandise.
Yeah, and they say as much. These girls will go. These muscular women, these muscular pregnant women. No, they'll go like, and they'll have like the link to their OnlyFans that's kind of in there. and then you can click on it, and then obviously from there. But I'm not that interested at that point. I'm like, all right, whatever. But it is interesting to see that it's interesting how OnlyFans has been sort of set up as a way to sort of window shop. Even
how great is that? Yeah, that's better than a business card.
But although I will say they don't have, you know what I think would be good for OnlyFans if they had like trailers or at least one or two. They really only have.
Oh, they don't have
well,
just a little sample.
Again, I'm not on as much as I know. It sounds like I believe me. I would tell you if I was. I don't care, but like it's my experience on OnlyFans. You have like the profile picture of the provider, and then you just have like from there you have their whatever content. There'll be like a little icon next to like a camera, and it'll say like 800. That's 800 pictures, and then there'll be an icon next to like a video camera, and that'll be like 300. That'll be 300 video. So that way it'll let you know when you join.
I have seen that.
Yeah. But then if you join, a lot of that content that they say that is there, a lot of that content is like you still have to then pay more for it.
Or it's very tame. Or it's basically stuff you could almost see on Instagram. That's the whole the trap I fell into.
Okay, like when I worked in the adult industry, in LA, like there's a girl that I was friendly with there. I mean, just friendly, whatever, knew her, and she I used her for 2 or 3 like things through the agency. OC Modeling, shout out to OC Modeling.
That stand for Orange County?
Yes, Orange Crush. They only black girls. No,
Orange Crush. That's good.
Yeah. Good old. It was the
Off
woman,
chain.
and the woman's name was my last name was McCarthy. I have her. She's in my
really.
Thing. Yeah. So if you call OC Modeling and go, hey, I'm friends with Brian McCarthy. I need some girls from movie. They'll probably just hook you right up.
Nice.
And they're goers too. But anyway, that's also, by the way, that's a fun thing to do too. If you look at Gold Star or OC Modeling, looking at adult actress like modeling websites, you know what I mean? And just seeing, because you'll see some girl and you click on her and it says all the things that she'll do. And I think it's funny because they'll go like blow bang, boy girl, glory hole, girl boy anal, double anal, double vag, vanal, blah blah blah. And then at the very end they'll go stills and print work. Like, well, yeah, if you're putting 2 dicks in your vagina, I'm sure you're down to take a couple of
pictures.
Yeah, like if you start with the really hardcore stuff, I'm assuming that you'll do light, light acting.
Right.
Studied at Stella Adler.
Sure.
So anyway, but this girl that I knew, she has an OnlyFans, and I remember like I went on it just because I was like, I don't know, check it again. I know it sounds like I'm overcompensating or whatever. She's just a girl that I was friendly with, and I was like, I wonder what she's up to. So I Googled her name, and she's not in the business anymore. She's an OnlyFans, but her OnlyFans, the entire fucking thing is her holding her phone and being like, "Hey everybody, well, I'm going to the."
It's a vlog.
Yeah, like I'm going to the shelter because I'm going to help with the dogs today, and this one dog has 3 legs, and I'll put a link. It's in Tarzana, blah blah blah. It's like, and then here and there there'll be some adult stuff, and it'll just be some recycled content that's like $30 or something. But it always like, yeah, I'd almost rather, like when we had Joanna Angel on the show, I haven't been on her OnlyFans, but
there's a phenomenon that I mean that I sort of discovered in
Aurora Borealis,
working with I think I've seen her stuff. But that'd be a good porn name, actually. Aurora Borealis.
Or for something was really tame, Aurora Boring Ellis.
Right. But there's this kind of thing, and I'm sure it happens with like hot people in general, or whatever. But working with like right. Well, I mean,
go ahead.
Present company, included. But working with these like porn chicks, especially the more kind of famous ones, they there's like this thing where they're so used to everybody like listening and being so enamored with everything that they say because they want to fuck them,
right?
That they tend to think they're more interesting than they are.
Yes.
I'm a pretty, I'm not like super discriminating when it comes to my entertainment.
Right.
Like I like a vast array of different stuff. I'm not a snob. Let's just say that.
No.
But there were times where I was like recording shit, just going like, I can't. Who would this be interesting? And then you see these girls that have 4 million like followers on social media, and then like I had the numbers. It'd be like 1,500 people listen to this,
Right.
or whatever. It's like it's this weird false sense of
see that
is, people are interested. It's like they're interested in you for a reason. Not saying that there's not some crossover,
right?
But you just have to be realistic about why people like us. People because we're hot and they want to bang us and drink our pee and stuff.
We are the untamable lions in your sexual zoo. I understand. No, you're totally right, and it's actually funny you say that because like on YouTube, we have about 4,000 subscribers. It's great. Okay, I'd like to have more, but that's fine. But of that 4,000. I look at the analytics and they're pretty active. Like that 4,000, a lot of those people, they're listeners to the show, which is great. But my point is like, you look at somebody like what you just said, like a porn, somebody in the adult industry, or frankly, any industry. And you'll be like, they have 25 million followers. Yeah. But like, it's like, I guess, but those people aren't going to like, just because you follow somebody or you subscribe to them.
You only need your left hand to hit subscribe.
Yeah, exactly.
If you know what I'm saying.
No, I can choke myself with a belt very easily.
You could be doing auto erotic asphyxiation.
What's my name? Toyota? Toyota?
Fuck yeah.
Fucking auto erotic. Go ahead. Change my oil, you fucking faggot. Sorry. But it's the kind of thing where like I feel the same way. It's like you look at the people's like followers and you go, well, they have like, 35 million followers. Well, yeah, but then they do a podcast and, I'm like, okay, I guess.
Yeah. But, I don't, it's kind of it's a weird thing. I mean, I guess, if you have name recognition, you want to lend it to like doing other stuff and with the understanding that you're going to get a percentage of, but just hearing like, listen, we've talked about sometimes how it's annoying to listen to comedians.
Oh my God.
And the navel gazing. It's kind of like that.
Yes.
Where like they're talking about, I don't know.
No, I hear you. I understand. Listen, I have tried there's that one I think it's on OnlyFans and it's like it's a porn talk show where it's some guy and he's covered.
Plug Talk.
Yes.
Adam 22. Yeah.
Plug Talk Adam 22. Which by the way, and this is what topic? This is on topic. Who cares? But
yeah,
I got to tell you, I would love, like we had Small Hands on the show and we didn't really get into his tattoos because who cares? But like, I'm not gonna, what's the guy? I'm not gonna bust a guy's balls, but like, even though they're beautiful, and by bust, I mean lick and kiss, but like
nuzzle.
Yeah, exactly. Wear them like a mink stole around my neck. But no, like that guy, it is very jarring for me as a viewer to watch a guy that is completely covered in tattoos.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Fuck somebody, because you're just like, because obviously you want to, in your mind, you want to be like, oh, I'm the person doing that. But you watch it and you're just, plus like I was something fairly recently. It was like these two guys were covered in tattoos. The girl had a tattoo. I can't see that well. I don't even know, like, what am I even doing here? Like, I couldn't tell where the person stopped.
Coming or going.
Yeah, the person started. This guy is here. Everyone's got these fucking tattoos. And by the way, this isn't like an anchor on their arm. This is like their entire fucking body is just inked. Everything is inked, and it just takes you it takes you out of it.
And it's a real Pete Davidson situation too, where it's just like a lot of random random shit. Maybe like, Small Hands maybe has more
consistency,
might be curated a little better, but
or like it's a lot of like cover-ups and things.
Sure. There's the one guy that has black arms. I forget what his name is, but he works with Small Hands.
Yeah.
Sometimes because they're like tattooed guys.
Yeah. But like the whole tattooed guy thing, it just, you want to think it's you in the thing, or at the very least, you don't want to be taken out of it. And look, I've got some tattoos. I mean, everyone knows my my swastika back, upper back, lower back tattoo. Every time my friend has a manatee lower back tattoo, it's like the worst tattoo you've ever seen. And
wow.
yeah,
Man, at least it's not a butterfly.
You know what? I'm lying. I used to make this joke. It used to be it's a dolphin, and then he got fat.
Okay.
And I joked and I said that dolphin looks like a manatee now. He didn't like that, but so he has a dolphin tattoo in his lower back.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's very funny.
Yikes.
I know. But
That's almost gayer than a butterfly.
it's way gayer than it's gayer than having like a penis like on your like
Mhm.
pointed towards your butthole.
Right.
I don't know. I just and he doesn't like it. He wants to get rid of it. I don't
Yeah.
know.
He knows you can get those removed, right?
We've fallen out of touch. He doesn't like my politics, I think, unfortunately. So
Wow. So he's a guy that has a dolphin lower back tattoo, and
Yep. He doesn't love Trump like I do, and that's there.
Right, yeah, he's not-
Yeah, he's
right.
on the other side of it. That's right.
Sure.
That's right. Monday. That's right, folks. You Mexicans better get ready. it's so ridiculous. Oh my god. But no. I just think when you but that thing you're talking about, the Adam 22 guy,
Yeah.
like I have tried to watch that show a little bit, and it's the same kind of thing because, like, number one, overwhelmingly people that are in the adult industry, guys in particular, they tend to take themselves pretty seriously, kind of like pro wrestlers. And like you watch this and it's no fun to watch because it's like the guy acts like it's a real interview, and and for my taste, it's not good. I don't enjoy it. And I don't think the guy's particularly, it's not very compelling.
You're actually watching the interview? Because I've seen a couple, I've fast forwarded to where they
but
fucked a lady.
it starts off with them talking about, but I'm sort of agreeing with you where like
I tune in for the mid-century decorating.
Yeah, I'm like, where do they get those throw pillows?
Yeah, it's very like 60s.
Yeah,
it's almost 70s. It's got like orange and it's very groovy.
Mid-century what do they call it? Particle board? Mid-century particle board armoires.
Yeah,
I know. I'm with you.
It's more like 3/4 century.
And
I'm thinking about it.
I do remember with that Adam 22 guy, like apparently like he wouldn't let anybody fuck his wife. Apparently, like on these, he got to fuck other women, which hey, good for him. But he made some kind of hilarious rule where he was like, all right, when we do these shows, I'm going to fuck all the girls and you're going to help me with them, but you don't get to fuck anybody. And, people after a while, the fans of this thing were like, well, we want to see your wife, get dicked or whatever.
Sure.
And
Lena the Plug.
Oh, wow. You really know this. Okay. All right.
I mean, I don't know a ton, but they're like the most famous ones.
Yeah, exactly. So apparently she fucks some black guy with a huge penis. And then
now he's kind of a legendary cuck. Adam 22.
Yeah. You got to really be careful. It's very difficult to like ride that snake.
But I think I think that she was always a porn chick. Like I think they got to get, so there must have been other men fucking her, but it was like for work.
Yes. I feel like now, and again, like I mean, listen, to their credit, you have to innovate, so after a while they're making this show, and after a while you have to sort of be like, all right, well, I guess you should get fucked by guys with much larger penises than mine. And I'll sit there and be like, oh, no, this doesn't look, I want to go. I'm going to go get a fucking seltzer.
Do you think you could compartmentalize if you were in a position, if you were Brian 22 and your wife was going to do that, but you also get to do it too?
Yeah.
And then sometimes you do it together.
Totally.
On a
Here's the thing. Also, like
crushed velvet sofa.
If this is my job, then then you have to I don't know. Look, in a previous life, I dated a girl who was, she worked, she was a stripper, and sorry, dancer, excuse me. And and I was like, I mean, I tried, I was as cool. I was obviously a lot younger. This is last year. No, this is a long time ago. But like, so I tried to be cool about it. I mean, the times that I wasn't cool about it were when our relationship was kind of like on
because you were in like a serious relation. I've dated strippers.
We lived together
casually,
but but the thing about it is, okay, like with this Adam 22 guy, like, if they're gotta be making relatively good money.
They're doing very well.
Yeah, maybe $50,000 a month. I don't know.
Porn media moguls.
Okay, porn media moguls. There you go. That's my S&M safe word. Take it out. Porn media moguls. But so my point is like, that's the job. You know what I mean? So you got to look at your wife and your girlfriend and Lauren the Plug or whatever and be like, all right, well, listen, like, we're we have this beautiful house here in Encino, south of Ventura Boulevard. Thank you very much. And we're living here, and now the fans want to see you, fuck this guy with a 10-inch dick, and I'm going to sit in the corner and, like that's the job. Like that's so in order, like I always say, people, and myself included, people get in their own way. So you just have to kind of sit there and be like, all right, this is the life we've chosen. So, okay, go ahead. And,
sure.
And then frankly, if it doesn't, I mean, it's very difficult, I know, to not let like ego get in the way of things, but you just have to be like, all right, this is what we're doing. I mean,
yeah.
At the same time, then, the problem is with somebody like that is like, again, it takes himself seriously, and there's, then there's some jealousy. And then like, I mean, it still blows my mind when people like let social media stuff get to them, like people like will read their comments and be like, yeah, he'll like, I don't know this guy. I don't know what he does, but like somebody will say, I'm sure social media comments will be something like, oh, this guy's got a bigger dick than you. He knows how to fuck. You don't know how to fuck. Like you kind of have to laugh your way to the bank a little bit,
100%.
Just be like,
100%.
yeah, you're right. Whatever.
I mean, you have to do that with most things if you're a public figure, but especially if you're a guy like that.
Yeah. Like that's what it is. I mean, you're going to put yourself naked on camera and get your wife get drilled. Or it would be funny though if while she's getting fucked by these guys, like she's like, my husband fucks me terribly, like she gets really into it, and she's like, will you fold the laundry too? And oh my god, clean the litter box. And he's like sitting down. She's like, oh, and I hate his mother. You're like, I'm right here.
Well, I think isn't that classically kind of part of cuckolding, which is like you sit in a chair at a 45-degree angle in the corner and you watch a man that knows what he's doing actually please your wife, and you're like, yeah, I'm the worst.
Yeah, but
that's cuckolding, right?
Yes, very much.
But you're also like rock hard at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's you're ironically, the cuckolding is the only way that you're able to like, get off. Is by watching your wife get drilled by,
I had a roommate.
Go ahead.
That liked to watch his girl like suck somebody's dick or whatever. I never got in on that, but now that I'm thinking about it,
to me, and again, I'm no judgment, but it reads pretty gay to me to want to watch your. Well, it seems like a gateway drug, or more like a gayway drug.
Sure.
Hello.
Trademark.
Thank you.
But here's the thing. So I'm weird with since we're talking.
No, you're
not talking about dirty stuff. So with porn, I don't like POV porn so much because I don't want to just. I don't know. I don't think I'm like one of those people that's putting myself in this situation.
Right.
I like an actual
tableau,
view of it.
A vignette.
Sure. I don't. Right. I want a wide or a mid shot. And I'm very like persnickety about. I have this like idea in my head that I could make really good porn.
Yeah, you probably could.
But I don't like to see. So I think maybe that same principle, but taken to a further extreme. Maybe they like to see it up on the stage.
You're talking about guys that
want to watch their girl, they want to watch them.
Yes. Look, I think there's a lot of different ways to kind of carve up that buffalo, if you know what I mean. But I think one of them is definitely like, oh, I'm having porn live in my house.
Right.
The other one is I'm a piece of shit and I'm gross.
And there might be a Venn diagram.
Yeah, those two kind of bleed into each other. But the third would be like, oh man, I sure wish I could see a hard dick in the room, and I wish I could suck it. My wife will do it because that'll be less gay.
Sure.
I mean, look, you're talking to a guy that's I've been uninvited out of a threesome. So
sure.
I'm not aware of, of someone being like, you're not doing this correctly. And, but I didn't ever like go in the corner and like, just manipulate myself while I just was like, no, let me just finish. I'll leave. Well, I just sped up my own experience. If you know what I mean.
You just said, give me a sec. Give me 7 seconds. I'll be out of your hair.
Just spit in my mouth.
In your hair.
Spit in my mouth a couple of times. I'll blow my load.
So did you speed it up and finish?
I just was. I mean, look, I've never had a problem speeding it up to finish anyway. So it was fine. I was, I mean, having somebody, I mean, this one time in particular when they were like, pull yourself out of me, then
Sure.
I was like, okay. And then as I was like, kind of like going for it anyway. And I was just kind of like, well, all right, I
You were
will.
about to land the plane.
Something like that.
Okay.
I got to tell you the funniest thing that happened earlier this week, though. I think this cracks me up. So
Okay.
on Monday, I had a doctor's appointment with a new doctor, and I had to see a hematologist. Now, apparently, I have in case everyone is going to be quiz on this, but I have like a low white blood cell count. My platelets are low.
Okay.
But I don't really, but they weren't. Anyway, it turns out everything's 100% fine. It's no problem. It's fine. The guy was kind of like, oh, your liver's a little banged up. And I was like, yeah, well,
yeah.
He goes, no Tylenol for you.
Show him your chip.
Yeah,
your
exactly.
5-year chip.
I take it off my shoulder.
Yeah.
What are you saying? I'm gay? But anyway, so the guy, so I'm sitting with the guy, and we're going through my medical history, and just, he's looking through. This is my second time seeing him. First time I went in, blood work, and he kind of explained to me why I was there, because my big doctor recommended I see this guy.
Big doctor.
Yeah, he's 8 feet tall. You have cirrhosis. Fee, fi, fo, fum. You like to lick your own cum. Anyway, so the guy goes, so my first time there, he was like, all right, we're gonna do blood work and come back in 2 weeks. So this was the 2 week later visit. So I'm talking to the guy, and he's about my age, like an Italian guy, which I thought was unusual, like an Italian guy from New Jersey, kind of like very like regular kind of guy, and he's talking to me about, the spleen and platelets and where they live, and a third of your platelets live in your spleen, a third live in your bone marrow, and blah, 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 blah. And then he kind of gives me the news, and he goes, listen, you're fine. Your liver is something, it's fine, but he's like, you don't drink anymore, do you? And I said, no. He goes, okay, well, don't start again. And no Tylenol for you.
Write this down.
Yeah. I didn't know the Tylenol really fucks up your liver, but anyway.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah. So he tells me all that, and then he's looking through my list of drugs that because I take a couple of medications. I take a lot of supplements every day. And he goes, oh, you take something for high blood pressure? I said, yeah. And he goes, Metaprolo or Metaprolo, something. It's called Metaprolo, I think. And he goes, you take Metaprolo? And I said, yeah. And he goes, does that affect your personal life? And I said, what do you mean? And he goes,
You familiar with Plug Talk?
Yeah, he pulls a folding chair out, and he goes, nurse, can you come in here for a minute? No, he goes, do you have a difficulty achieving an erection?
Aha.
And I said, why don't you come over here and kiss me, and let's find out.
Yes. Kiss me on the neck.
Yeah.
You big Italian doctor.
Yeah,
Wait, no, your other doctor's the big doctor.
Yeah, he's this guy is
Guido doctor.
5'9", pretty jacked. And
Sure.
A belly on him, but pretty jacked. And and he looks at me, and I said, look, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding around. I'm not nervous, but I like to joke.
Wait, did you actually say,
yes.
come over and kiss me? Oh,
Yes.
I thought you were just,
no.
That was just a
no.
joke you were making. For
no. I said,
show.
no.
Okay.
And I looked him right in the eyes.
Oh,
I
that's
said,
fun.
yeah. I said, come over here and kiss me. Let's find out. And he went like, what?
He was taken
A
aback.
little bit. He was like, Durr.
That's funny.
I know.
He didn't laugh.
No, he puts down the clipboard. Yeah. So I was like, because just before that, we were talking about,
Holy shit.
I was wearing a suede shirt, and he was admiring my suede shirt. It felt a little gay in there. I'll be honest. Like
right.
We were talking about clothes, and I was saying like, you shouldn't wear a suede shirt and suede shoes. Then you look like you're trying too hard. And
okay.
The importance of
certainly not if there's rain in the forecast.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
I always check before I put on that suede shirt. I check the weather. It's not fringed. I don't look like Buffalo Bill. Yeah. Sorry, I'm out there on the plains. Anyway, so
you felt like this was leading up to
well,
something.
I just was joking. I felt like I would
Sure.
just make a joke, and he kind of looks at me like, and I said, look, I'm just kidding. I'm
Oh,
sorry. I said,
no.
so the next thing the guy says to me, he goes, do you like the band Kiss? And I went,
What?
Yeah. I said, well, I mean, I'm aware of them. I don't
Sure.
like, I said, I certainly,
I'm not in the Kiss Army.
yeah,
Not the
I'm not in the Kiss.
not the
Army.
president
yeah.
of the street team.
Right. I mean, I'm and I did say to him, I wanted to, because nobody ever asks you that unless they're themselves a fan. So
Yeah, definitely.
I said, I can tell you my favorite member is Pete Chris. And he was like, oh,
Okay.
Pete's awesome. And then,
wow,
and
so
then
he was a big Kiss guy.
well, then he goes, well, there's a great clip. You can find it on YouTube of Gene Simmons on Oprah Winfrey. in the late 80s. And I'm watching this guy. I'm sitting across from this guy like, what is he talking about?
Okay.
And he goes, yeah, Gene's sitting with him. Gene, as if they like went to high school together.
Right, sure.
Yeah, Mr. Simmons.
Mhm.
And he goes, yeah, Gene's sitting across
Gino.
from her. And he goes, and she asked him, how long is your tongue? And he says to her, long enough to take you to the moon. And I
Okay.
tell you, you haven't lived till you've seen a black woman blush. And I'm just looking at him like, okay. And then
He's got you there.
yeah. And then he goes, so what I'm saying to you is, if you can't get a hard on, just eat more pussy.
Interesting.
Yeah. I said, okay.
Does that, wow, that would almost have an adverse effect on me. I do it, but it doesn't do anything for me. It's just part of the job.
I don't know. It's been, I mean, I hate to, I mean, I don't want to get into my actual
Right.
picadillos here,
Sure.
but yeah, I just thought it was very funny because like we just come, and again,
So at this point, he was like, maybe he didn't laugh at the joke, but he was like, "Oh, this guy's fun."
yes.
So
fine.
I'm gonna. That was like his
yes,
trying to
yes.
participate in like, oh,
And-
you want to be like
and
naughty boys.
I'm not going to go on like Yelp, like a horrified review on like,
Mm-hmm.
WebMD or something. Because I mean, I created the space that we're now inhabiting.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah,
I
but
would
it's
think
just-
you would like it.
Oh, it's
you
great.
would enjoy
It was
it.
totally
You'd
great.
feel
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah. So, and then, but I just was kind of, it was at the end of our appointment. I waited forever to get in that stupid room. So I was like, all right, I will remember. I will remember that.
Wow, I
will-
can't believe a doctor actually prescribed you
Yeah.
to eat more pussy.
Yeah. He gives me a piece of paper and it just says Fur Burger with like
Right.
a big, with a big mouth next to it. And he's
Right.
like, twice a week. I'll see
Sure.
you. So, and-
Doctor, your wife.
yeah, exactly.
What are you?
She's, as I'm leaving, he's like calling. He's like, yeah, I told him.
Yeah,
I told him.
I told him.
I told him I should have been like, I
Mhm.
have my Red Wings, Doc. You kidding me? I go downtown any day of the
Well, I'm
month.
surprised you didn't kind of get into a back and forth about that
I
with
wasn't
him.
necessarily taken aback, but this was weirdly at the end of like he had already like felt me and my spleen, and we'd already talked about like the
Yeah.
Tylenol. I kind of want to get out of there. I just thought it was funny when I made a joke about like kissing. And then then he goes, then he's talking about Gene Simmons and how Gene Simmons has a really
Yeah.
long.
Well, maybe he felt a little uptight because he didn't like play along, and then so he wanted to go like, "I'm fun too."
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Oh yeah. No, we had then
I'm fun, but in like a more hetero way.
yeah. I mean, there's
Just to set a boundary.
listen, I know it's hard to like put a label on things, but like there's no straighter band than Kiss. And by that, I mean, I've never known a gay guy with the worst taste. I don't think there's one gay guy who's
Yeah,
ever
there's
been
probably
like,
not many
No.
gay Kiss fans.
ironically, there's probably a gay Ace Frehley fan.
Sure.
But there's no gay Kiss fans. I can't imagine some gay guy being like, oh my God, I saw them in Indianapolis and they did Detroit Rock City and I fucking lost my shit.
Sure.
My God, Gene comes out there clomping around with that big long tongue of his. Fuck me. Hello. Yeah, they seem like it's like a really corny straight band.
Yeah, they're very and it's kind of all about the theatrics. I don't really think the music is great.
No.
It's fine, I
I
guess.
mean,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe there are Kiss songs I would love. Maybe I need to open my
well
heart.
the one that everyone isn't it called Beth? Beth, I hear you calling out my name.
I don't know.
It's like I want to get back with you. And there's like there's a piano song
Okay.
that the guy,
Okay.
I think it's Peter Chris, because he's out there
Sounds
with
right.
his cat whiskers on. I think the song's called Beth. I'm pretty sure.
Kitty cat whiskers.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that sounds right.
Yeah.
I just know the big ones, the rock and roll all night,
Yeah. Which again, that's an
party
anthem.
every day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I listen to that when I'm
When-
pre-gaming.
Yeah, when you're doing push-ups.
So doing one-arm push-ups,
Yeah,
drinking
push-up-
Bartles and James before I go out to the disco.
It's a push-up song. And it was funny. We're not talking about politics here, but then there's that guy that they're for the Secretary of Defense. He's the guy that's like a Fox News correspondent.
Mhm.
And he's in his confirmation to be Secretary of Defense, and he seems like a fucking maniac. Like, I mean, he's the guy that, listen, again, I'm not throwing stones here, but like everyone's like you're a complete alcoholic and you do this and you do that, and they ask him, and then all these senators are asking him questions, and one of them goes, how many kids do you have? And he's like, well, I have 7, and he starts naming the kids. And I got to tell you, and if you're listening, and especially if you're on the Patreon, this does not apply to you, but one of the worst names you can name your kid is Gunner.
Ooh,
I mean,
Gunner.
That's just like, I mean, he goes, I've got 7 kids. He's like, and he's going through the names of the kids. It's like Gunner, Jackson, like
Sure.
Hudson, all these horrible, like Midwestern, like rich Midwestern guy names or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like, faux masculine.
Yeah. Very much so.
Eccentric faux masculine names.
Like Gunner is just, to me, that's if you I mean, the other name, I know I've said this before, but like if you name your kid Hudson, I'm just like, come on.
I remember years ago, an ex-girlfriend of mine was watching this while we were doing it, and you named like her 3 like top names. It was hysterical.
Oh, that is really funny.
It was so great.
Well, that's why
she was like texting. Yeah, exactly, because she had bad taste in naming hypothetical kids that'll never exist.
Yeah, exactly. Hudson, Jackson.
But it was like, I know Hudson was on there. I don't remember what the other one, like Braden or something.
Yeah,
but you
like that. Yeah,
named them, and it was a thing where she was like, "Did you tell him?"
Oh, it's great.
Because
it's great.
I used to always say like, your taste in naming is obnoxious.
Yeah.
So she thought it was like an inside job, and I told her, but I'm like, no. This is just a focus group of 1.
Yep.
You're obnoxious.
They're bad names.
So
the guy goes through all the names of these kids, and then he forgets his daughter's name.
Oh,
no. He's like, and then he's just sitting there, and he's like, oh yeah, and her name was like Zephyr or something obnoxious.
Oh wow,
it was like
you're
terrible.
not gonna forget that.
It was,
you would think, right?
Yeah,
Moon Unit.
You could. Well, this guy has been in trouble because he said that like women shouldn't be in the military or they shouldn't be in combat positions and blah blah blah. So it's kind of funny, like. He's at this confirmation hearing being like, no, I think women are great. I can't remember my daughter's name. That's all. Like,
they could be in the military if they're making the chili.
Hey, excuse me, senators, I'm a little drunk right now. Okay. So let's all fucking
He's like
relax.
a real man's man. He's a cool guy.
I know. There was some anecdote where he's a Fox News guy. So apparently it was like 10 a.m. and it was before they were working. And he was like, hey, everybody, let's go to this bar and let's have some drinks. And they're like, it's 10 a.m. He's like, yeah, well. It's fucking booze o'clock.
Yeah, 5 o'clock somewhere.
This guy seems like a party, but
yeah, I think that's just a cool guy.
Yeah. So anyway, there was another reason why I brought that up. Now I can't remember what it is, but it just the name Gunner. I just remember that. And that was
Gunner just sounds like that would be like Matthew McConaughey's brother or something.
Yeah,
he's got a brother named Rooster.
Yeah,
I could see them being like there being a Gunner McConaughey.
And also Gunner's like way too much of an explanation behind it. Like his name's Gunner because as an American, I'm allowed to have. You're like, oh my god, shut up. Great.
Just name him Second Amendment.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the gun one, right?
This is my son Carbine. Have you met my son Glock? It's my daughter AK. My other son 47.
Oh God, could you imagine?
They're twins. I'll tell you the one I like better. It's the boy. 47 over there. She better meet a white guy. Anyway, should we say hi? Does anybody say hi to?
Hey everybody. Yeah, hey, some folks in here. Hey everybody. There's some folks in here that I've actually met in real life.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm talking.
Well, welcome, friends in real
life.
Talking
Talking about Flimsy Greenberg, FKA Mommy.
All right. Well,
I don't know if I know Teddy. Oh, Movie Star Fingernails. I met him too.
Oh, cool. Listen, you guys, do me a favor. If you're somebody that knows Adam, hit that fucking subscribe thing. Would you please? I mean, do that at the very least.
Fucking button.
Fuck.
We might have a picture that we took together or something.
Oh shit.
OVO is in here.
Oh, what's up, buddy?
Sure.
New Mexico's finest.
Everybody.
Yeah. I looked up Albuquerque. Albuquerque has a pretty dismal escort massage selection. I mean, they're out there.
Well, listen, as long as there's meth, there's women selling their bodies, right?
Because I think also with Tryst, I think like it's pretty expensive and you have to like pay to put an ad up and things like that. So I have a feeling like in New Mexico, there's not maybe the industry of like, because what's amazing to me? There are these women, because you see them on Tryst, and they just tour the country.
Sure.
Just giving massages or escorting. And then you look at their schedule and it'll say like, I'll be in St. Louis or St. Louis. Meet me in St. Louis. Probably 2 on the nose. January 18th to January 21st. And they'll just book up those 3 days. And then they'll be like, I'll be in Tallahassee, Florida from this date to this date, or I'll be here to here to here.
Ooh.
And they just
be in the panhandle.
They just bop around They just bop around the country like doing this. So they'll put on like their touring schedule. And that's what they do.
I will say I did look up. We were talking about, I mean, you kind of like brought it to my attention that
Sure I did.
that porn girls also escort.
Oh yes.
And I did look up my favorite gals, Ms. Yummy,
Uh-huh.
to see, and her, I want to say it was like $1,000.
Yeah, it's not bad.
$1,000, and then she also does, and I might actually do this.
Go ahead.
She does where you can book a call with her for $50. You can talk to her for 5 minutes.
I have.
And I would like to just talk to. I just want to like say hi and like ask her questions.
Can we do that on the show? I'll pay for it if we do it on the show.
Maybe I can
Or-
ask her. I can ask her. That would be like a real Make-A-Wish. I don't know if you
Or do you
will
want that?
do it on a show or not.
Do you want your call to be private?
No. It's just
Okay.
like it will be completely innocent. I'd want to ask her like personal stuff. So I don't know if she would want to do it. I'll inquire maybe
Okay.
and see if she's down with.
It's like personal.
It's
but
only 5 minutes, so you would just.
it's,
She comes on and you just go.
but it's like way too personal. You're like, why do you do porn? Were you molested? Have you ever had a baby die in you? Have you ever had an abortion and then wish you kept the baby?
Mhm.
Do you cut yourself? How much hair is in your wig?
Now
You're
that I'm
like,
thinking about this,
go ahead.
it actually sounds like kind of a bad idea. I'm like, maybe
Well,
I'm not.
You know what they always say, Adam? They say, don't meet your
Don't meet
heroes.
your hero, especially if you jerk off to them
them.
a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but it could be. Listen, I don't understand. Okay, so how does that work? Like, let's say we wanted to have her on the show, right?
Mhm.
What do? You reach out to her and just be like, "Hey, I'm
But it was like on an escort site where,
Okay.
where I think you just you email.
okay," because they have like a lot of these Tryst. God, Tryst should sponsor the show. Tryst, a lot of these
Yeah.
Tryst people, they also have like for $100 they'll sext you all day long. Or
Yeah,
they'll-
I'm not interested in that.
No, me neither. Or they'll do like a 10-minute call, or or like what I did for Joy and Angel, like when I rated that penis,
Sure.
they'll do penis
Right.
ratings.
They do penis ratings.
or like dirty photos, and their pick, your pick.
I would rate your ottoman. I would
yeah.
do stuff like that.
Or I would say, yeah, give me like close-ups of your, because wood furniture pretty well. You're like, is that
Yeah.
is that dovetailed or is that glued?
Yeah.
Is
What are we
glu-
talking here? Tongue and groove?
Yeah.
I
Sort of.
actually don't know that much. Not about like woodworking, but
Yeah,
but-
but I think I wonder. Well, I don't know. You want to reach out to her and just be
yeah,
like,
maybe yeah.
hey, well,
It could just be a funny thing because I'll be very
shy.
like I'll be very shy.
Uh-huh.
You'll see me in a new light.
Does it feel good when you have sex with people? Do you like it? Do you ever wish that you could kiss the people you work with more?
Yeah, no, it would be like
Yeah,
a real Chris Farley show kind of.
Right.
Remember that time?
that was awesome.
Remember that time when
Yeah.
Lex Steele was like fucking like
Wow,
ramming you on the
Lexington Steel. That's a
But-
blast from the past.
yeah.
that
Oh, wait,
guy.
I think that's who I'm thinking of. Is he the big black guy?
I mean, he's the big black guy. He's like
Yeah.
the original. He's the OG. He's like the Hulk Hogan of that industry. Although
Okay.
you can make the argument that Hulk Hogan is the
Sure.
is the Hulk Hogan. So you ever see his sex tape?
No, but
Oh,
I know Bubba, the guy that
Bubba the Love Sponge
yeah.
that secretly recorded Hulk Hogan fucking his wife and then posted it.
Well, I don't know if it was secret or not.
Hulk,
They never really.
I don't think Hulk Hogan had any idea.
He didn't have any. I mean, yeah, you're probably right because I know they're not friends
No, they're not.
anymore. And if he was okay with it, you'd be like, you'd be mad because he left it laying around his office.
Or there'd also be some more production value. I mean, this was like a mounted security camera almost. I think it was like
Ring.
a little more than a security camera, but it was definitely not. It wasn't like he was in the corner like with a light on, being like, "Hey, hey, Hulkster, could you cheat out a little bit? We want to see the lips," that kind of
Right.
thing.
Sure.
Wider, Hulk. There you go, wider. So I don't know. It seems like and also like I have watched it. You can't really find it because I'm sure you can find it. but, like,
Scrubbed the internet.
yeah, but what happened was the guy that owned Salon, they posted it, and then
Oh yeah, what was the Gawker, right?
Gawker, there you go.
Gawker.
Sorry, Gawker, right?
Because that was who he
He sued
46 million or
something like
It
that.
was a crazy amount.
Yeah, and he won, but the guy from Gawker didn't have the money. I don't know.
At that point, I would go because here's the thing, like you've done way more embarrassing things on TV.
Yeah,
You're Hulk Hogan, like
Yeah.
you're a cartoon character, right?
Yes,
You're awesome, but you're kind of a cartoon character.
Yes,
You can't really take yourself seriously when you're Tampa Terry, right? So you just go, hey, That was very careless. Well, I guess you feel betrayed by your
Yes,
friend
yes,
because
and also you're probably going to make if you're going to make an actual sex tape, a Hulk Hogan sex tape, then you're going to like produce it or something like that. But
yeah, you want to look.
yeah, like
And it probably didn't make him. It probably didn't make
no,
his
he didn't. And
thrusting look good. Or
it's also no, that's the Gene Simmons sex tape. That's depressing.
he's just like disinterested while getting a blowjob.
No, he's like fucking. He's in Australia and he's
Mm.
like fucking. I don't know who. It's like some young girl, and he's like and he's wearing like a t-shirt. He's like this is like an old guy.
Well, yeah, there's a whole thing about. I mean, it's like at that point you're so overstimulated
Yes,
that you're either gonna be like into some really weird. You're either gonna be Bill Cosby and like doing degenerate stuff, or you're gonna be just like getting a blowjob just to get to zero,
and also
baseline.
just completely disinterested in the other person's
Yeah.
involvement. You're just like, oh, I'm in this fucking. I'm doing shows in Sydney. You're like, all right, I'll fuck
Sure.
you. And I don't even remember with the Gene Simmons tape. I don't know like if he recorded it himself or she did. It's a weird thing. That one is strange, but that the one with Hulk Hogan. What's weird about that is how incredibly intimate it is because
he made love to her.
Well, it's more like in the middle of this. And look, I could be talking out of my ass a little bit here, but I think he was in the middle of his breakup
Divorce.
with Linda.
Yeah.
Yes,
It
Linda
was
Hogan.
like something about he had been divorced or he was like saying he was fragile.
Yes. And so he's fucking his friend's wife and he's like, yeah, these are real hard times I'm going through. Like, thanks, baby. And she's like, oh, I mean, I'll always give
so
you.
there's like
It's
dialogue.
it's weird. Yeah, it's way too personal. Like he's kind of like, hey, thanks for breaking me off some pussy, like.
Well, and that's where like
Oh,
when you're
Bubba doesn't care,
right, when you're like a celebrity guy, I think it gets a little more muddled because like if I come over and you go like,
Go ahead.
hey Adam, want to fuck my wife?
Yes.
And you have like a big grin on your face, I go, what's the catch?
Right.
Right. But if you're Hulk Hogan, you're like, oh yeah, this guy's probably would just be honored for me to bang his wife. And so you miss these things sometimes, these cues.
And also, if you're Hulk Hogan and you're in the divorce and you want to get laid, you can't go out to hit the bars in Tampa. I mean, you can, but you can't.
Sure,
but
you
if you're in the middle of
absolutely can.
you're in the middle of like I don't know, maybe it's not a custody battle, but you're in the middle of like
Right.
money and divorce and things like that. I mean, that would actually be pretty rock and roll if Hulk Hogan's at like the fucking Applebee's in downtown.
Sure, Slippery Pete's.
Yeah.
Like if he was just out at like
he's in
the scally like the college.
Yeah, he's at Ybor.
bar.
He's at Ybor City.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out tonight.
That would be great.
Yeah, you're all getting laid tonight. I don't care. Line them up.
Oh, our buddy Nick says Hulk Hogan got booed last week, Monday night during the live premiere of Raw on Netflix. I wonder if he's like, is it because he's the heel now or something, or do people really not like the Hulkster anymore?
I don't know.
They got no love for him.
I remember there's all the N bombs he was dropping from
that
years
was the
ago.
other thing that he said. Don't forget about Hulk's racist rant after the sex. Okay, so there was a racist rant in the sex tape, or no, that was a separate thing.
I think it was a separate thing, but
Gotcha.
this was during. Look, I am not defending Hulk Hogan in any capacity, but like
Hulk
clearly,
apologist.
because wasn't that when like his son killed somebody on a DUI? And
I don't know if he killed somebody.
I think something
Because
horrible.
he definitely, I remember seeing the tape of him showing up to his second DUI and being like, sorry guys, this is really embarrassing. And they treat him well because he's the Hulkster.
I have a vision in my head of him being at a funeral and he's wearing like a black do-rag.
Okay, Nick says, nope, it's on the sex tape.
Oh wow.
He said it happened right after this. Okay,
that's
so
great.
that's probably,
you know what? Again, I'm not defending.
Bubba, you got to edit that out next time.
I'm not.
dude.
I'm not defending the Hulk here, but who hasn't had sex with their friend's wife and then just started dropping a bunch of N bombs?
100%.
After.
That's just my typical
Yeah.
refractory period. I go into it.
Oh yeah.
Racist.
A lot of times I can't ejaculate unless I'm going, Jews run the media. Jews run the media. Blacks aren't people.
Space lasers.
Blacks, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Exactly. Asians are shifty. And that kind of thing. So well, again, Hulk Hogan is kind of a dirtbag, right?
I think he's Yeah.
You know what's funny? When when I lived in LA, I would randomly see all these celebrities, and I saw Dog the Bounty Hunter twice. I saw Dog the Bounty Hunter in a restaurant called BLT Steak on Sunset Boulevard.
Oh, okay. I know the BLT.
Yes. My friend ran it, and then it
franchise.
closed, and it's not there anymore. It's closed. But actually, I'll tell you a funny thing about that. For those of you who don't, BLT, there's a BLT in Las Vegas, and they do burgers there. But it's BLT stands for Bistro, and the name of the chef is Laurent Tournadel.
There used to be a BLT burger.
Oh, there was BLT.
Uptown here.
There was
close by, right?
There was for a while, but here's what happened: this Laurent Tournadel, this French guy, he got into a big fight with the guys that owned the whole organization.
The rights to bacon, lettuce, tomato.
Yes, exactly. the big pharma
The
company.
BLT.
So what happened was this guy, this Laurent Tournadel guy, he basically was the judgment or the settlement was he's no longer involved in the BLT places. He was only involved in the one BLT burger in Las Vegas. And apparently that BLT burger in Las Vegas is open 24 hours a day. And it's like the number one grossing. It's kind of funny. The one place that you actually wanted, it was kind of like one of those, what's that, Brer Rabbit? Like, don't throw me in that patch. Don't throw me in that patch. And meanwhile, he lives in the patch.
Sure.
I think what happened with him is Laurent Tournadel was like, don't take away my restaurants, please. Don't let me only have a hamburger place. I don't want to only sell hamburgers. And they're like, no, Laurent Tournadel, you're only going to have a hamburger place. And then like 2 months later, he's like, ha, ha, ha. Who is laughing now? I am the king. I am the king of hamburgers. Hey, Ronald,
Exactly.
hey, Ronald McDonald, you can take your fish fry to the supermarket. I love when people that don't speak English as a first language, like they mangle insults. Hey, Ronald McDonald, you can take the Big Macs for all eternity and put them in your asshole.
Oh, sorry, we're getting.
Nick's sending
He's sending links now.
Nick, we'll put it on the Patreon. Thank you for that.
Jesus, we have to give him a production credit at this point.
No, we should have done that a while ago.
Yeah, true.
He already has a wardrobe credit. Thanks for the shirt. It's from Game of Thrones. It says Father of Dragons.
Did he really give you that?
No.
Oh, okay.
That would be fucking awesome.
That'd be adorable.
That really would be adorable.
I would start to think something was going on with you two.
Yeah, or there was. He's a selfish lover, Nick. You know it.
Right.
You know, I should come too, but I digress. What the fuck are we talking about? Hulk Hogan. I was going. Oh yeah, Dog the Bounty Hunter. And so they opened a BLT on Sunset Boulevard out in LA, and my friend was the manager of the place, Faith. And what was interesting was this was the first BLT they'd opened outside of New York, and the guy that the chef, shout out Noah Rosen, still a friend of mine. They couldn't figure out the purchasing because, like in New York, when people go out to eat in New York, they typically they eat like fucking pigs and they get shit faced because nobody's driving. So if you go to a steakhouse in New York, you're going to have like a guy there that is going to have, you'll go to the restaurant, you'll have a couple of martinis, you'll have a bottle or two of wine, you're going to have like steaks. But LA, people have to drive, so they weren't drinking. And also, like you and I would go out and we're like, we're gonna share a fillet.
Sure.
Do you have a junior fillet? Is that grass fed? Can we get that sliced in the kitchen? Well done, please.
Yeah, a lot. We just want like a quinoa salad.
Yeah, exactly. Does the shrimp cocktail, is that deveined in-house? So that's the kind of thing where like you have to. So this BLT ended up going out of business because they couldn't figure out like how to fucking do their
for gay
purchasing.
Los Angelinos.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Could we just have a celery stalk with no pepper? There's no pepper on it. It's a celery stalk. Okay, well, great. Well, that shouldn't be a
I
problem.
don't want the empty calories.
That shouldn't be a problem then. When they grind the pepper, anyway. So, but the thing about it was the reason why I mentioned it is because I'm sitting.
Yeah, we started on Dog the Bounty Hunter. Now we're talking about inventory. Like, what the
show. Listen, everybody, the show makes
it's
no
freeform
sense.
Jazz.
It's your fault for listening.
Yeah. No, I'm curious
Yep.
to know when does Dog enter the story?
So I'm sitting in the restaurant, okay, and I saw a bunch of celebrities in that place. I saw Jason Statham there. This is interesting. Denzel Washington was one of the owners of the restaurant. Like he was an investor in this BLT.
Oh,
and what was funny was there was this hostess. You would have fucking loved this hostess.
Okay.
Spanish, something
She was
Spanish.
well spoken.
She had an ridiculous ass. I mean, and I'm not really like, I like, listen, I'm a fucking hetero. I like it all. I like, listen.
Sure.
Pussy.
You don't have an insatiable appetite like me.
I don't have, right. I'm not like Dracula for asses instead. Right. Exactly. I'm more like Renfeld. If you really know your Dracula mythology.
Sure.
Ooh, Dracula's coming. Everyone be careful. The guy ate all the rats. Played by Tom Waits in the Francis Ford Coppola remake of Dracula. Thank you very much. Anyway, my point is there was this insanely hot hostess, and there was it was a huge rumor in the restaurant that Denzel Washington
was fucking Denzel.
And
hope
there was another owner. The reason why Denzel, I can't believe this is all this stuff, by the way.
We're never getting to dog.
We will. What else are we going to talk about?
We got to go over to the Patreon.
Okay, 2 seconds. We will. Sorry. Yeah. So Denzel, the place was BLT. The major investor was some black guy who was like a wealthy Los Angelino.
Probably Uncle Phil.
He was some kind
from.
Yeah, right. Well, it was by Beverly Hills, so it wouldn't be a long drive.
Fresh Prince.
It's Bill Cosby. He's like, I work the cappuccino machine.
The fucking in a second. You can whip it and sip it.
There was a rumor
French fries
that this hostess was constantly getting double teamed by Denzel and this other handsome black guy that had dreadlocks.
Wow, that's nice of them to share.
Wouldn't it be? Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
he's enough ass for both of them.
He's like, I'm King Kong, or he's like, let's do it like that movie I did. Go upside down when I come in you.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a movie he made. Right, exactly. He's like, you want to see the Equalizer? Yeah, equalize my balls in your mouth. All right. Anyway, I'm sitting in I also saw Jason Statham. I think I said that.
Jason Statham.
Statham. I saw the.
Wait, that's like Michael Strahan and Jason Statham together,
baby, like Brundlefly.
It's like, do you know what I mean?
So, and then Tia Carrera.
Okay. Oh, great! Wow, we're really not dropping names.
I know. She looked great, by the way.
Yeah.
I was at the bar and I looked to my right and I was like, "Who's this really attractive girl?" And there she goes. I know she liked me because I turned to her. I said, "Hey, are you Chinese? Are you going to play a joke? Are you going to put a PP in my Coke?"
Sure, yeah.
She loved it.
Yeah.
I said, "Can we get
I think she's like Polynesian.
Separate check.
Right?
It's all the same. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Irregardless.
Irregardless.
And anyway, so I'm sitting in the restaurant, and then we're going to go to the Patreons. I'm sorry. We're sitting in the restaurant.
We're not going anywhere until I hear a Dog the Bounty Hunter anecdote.
I look to my left. I see Dog the Bounty Hunter coming through the dining room. And not only is he Dog the Bounty Hunter, he's in complete gimmick.
Yeah, he's got a walkie-talkie.
Yeah. And Nick, by the way, it's a wrestling term for he's in his gimmick.
Oh, gimmick.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
He's got on the fucking the sleeveless thing. He's wearing a bulletproof. It's like he came right from the set, or I don't know if there is a set.
I mean, I think you're hunting bounty, aren't you? Kind of always.
You know what I would love? An 8th day, because then maybe I'd have a day off.
Right.
You don't take a day off from being the dog. And I remember I remember him saying, but it's like one of those things where, like, you know, if you wanted to be, I'm like, oh, there's fucking Dog the Bounty. And then he went to sit at a table with like two, let's just say they look like agents. Let's just say they look like they didn't celebrate Christmas, if you know what I mean. And then his wife was sitting there with her huge tits, and she was also wearing her version of Dog the Bounty Hunter gimmick. She was wearing her fucking like black bustier. And I saw those two there. And the second time I saw Dog the Bounty Hunter, I was with Nick Novicki at Mastro's Steakhouse in Beverly Hills. And we were walking through, the place was packed. And I remember walking past, and like Dog the Bounty Hunter looked down and was incredibly startled to see Nick Novicki.
Interesting, because he's a little person.
I wonder if he looked down and he was like, I wonder if my handcuffs would, I'm going to need to zip tie that little fucker.
Yes.
Hey, are you, he like runs a report on him. What's your last name and your social?
It'd be weird if he had like some phobia of,
I was just
like if
say
Dog
that.
had like if he was like terrified of little people. That would be great.
They're my Krypton or Kryptonite. My Krypton.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody, thank you. Remember, no show on Friday, obviously. And then next week, there will be another Friday show. So next week,
You're Good Friday?
I'm Good Friday. Everybody, thank you. Remember, especially if you're coming over from like this Kevin show and everything, just hit the subscribe thing. I mean, I don't see why that would piss him off. And if it does, who cares? But just subscribe, leave a dumb comment. Thank you. Be a member if you'd like to. Give us 2 minutes, and we're going to be right back with the bonus show.
And
Thank you.
Become a member if you want to watch it live, or become a member of Patreon.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/Brian McCarthy.
It's all for you. Love you. Goodbye. Have a great day. Bye-bye.